powerful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Running on first down, Eckler. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw here, Herbert. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Makes the score Broncos 10, Chargers nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A 2-yard gain.
In motion right comes Allen. Here we go on fourth. Herbert got his man. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. No problem there. They get the first by plenty on 4th and inches.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
He gets this out to Spiller, and he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
The slot man in motion right. On 2nd down, Eckler. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They snap it to Herbert. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And the Broncos are going to take over here up near the 40. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the 45 on 2nd down, Brissett. He'll get that complete to Alberto. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Brissett on first down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
At the 33-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Hopkins' kick is good. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. No run back here for Hall, and this will come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this 3rd quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 caught. There he goes, left side, the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Brissett. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
On second down, Brissett again. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 37. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him. And
he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. The 30, 10, 5, and he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football. And ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. This quick pass, the ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there, the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. From just shy of midfield, Brissett. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 30. Here's Brissett. Over the middle, complete. It's Sutton. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. First and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. They'll try to run this one in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Broncos have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
He's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
No gain on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Second and 10.
Here's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Up the middle with Eckler.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On first down, Justin Herbert.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took...
And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Well, he was already over 100 yards running the football prior to this play, but this run may be his best yet.
I've got to agree with you on that one. We're looking at a guy running with extreme confidence, running in harmony and sync with his blockers. All of them kind of moving as one. And look at the end result. Big plays.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Throwing, Brissett.
He'll get this to Hamler over the middle. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Brissett. Open man. He completes it to Judy. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, they're going to run for... Oh, no, he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on. And that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 171 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So, for the Chargers,